Hello my friends, and welcome back to another video where I will be talking all about the fiction tropes that I love. There are a lot of tropes that I love very much, and I just wanted to give a little appreciation shout out to them because these are the best tropes in my opinion. I love reading them, they make me feel so good. I always adore when I pick up a book or read a fanfic that has these tropes. They make me so happy, and I would love to write any of these tropes in the future. I can only hope that I can fit all these tropes into my writing. Number one, my absolute favorite, I have talked about this so many times, enemies to lovers. I love enemies to lovers so much. Side note, friends to lovers is also valid, but not as good. It doesn't work if they are enemies who hate each other's guts, where it's like you'll do mean things to each other and you bully each other. Like, I don't like that, but like enemies in the sense of like we don't get along, we don't like each other, we're on opposite teams, something like that, and they fall in love. And like enemies to friends to lovers, oh, give me all of that. I love it so much. Some of my favorite stories and my favorite ships are enemies to friends to lovers. Again, friends to lovers is also valid, but it doesn't have the same drama as enemies to friends to lovers. Big fan, huge fan. Please comment down below all your enemies to lovers books / fanfics because I will read them all. Number two, also in the same vein, which is also sort of a fanfiction trope, the share a bed trope. If I can get two characters that like each other but won't admit it and get them to like have to share a bed or have to share a room where they're stuck with each other for like, I don't care how long, but like if they're stuck together and I can't do anything about it and they have to they banter and tease and like fight, but like they like each other. Oh. Also, I'm not gonna put these in like numbered order because some of these kind of go together. Fake marriage / fake dating, again, sort of more of a fan fiction trope. Oh, so good. Also, like mutual pining. My favorite fan fiction I've ever read has all of those in one story, and it's the best thing. Also, slow burn, again, kind of fan fiction, but I love me a good slow burn. I love when it the characters take their time to fall in love, and I know these are all romance. I promise there are others that are not this. I just wanted to get all these out of the way because they are some of my favorite tropes ever. I just love slow burn romance stories, and when they get to know each other and it takes a while, and they become better acquainted with each other and become friends, and then it takes so long and it's they're gonna kiss but something happens and they can't, and it's just so, oh, I love it. Okay, those were all my romance / fanfic tropes. So now into the general fiction tropes. I love the gruff, bitter, angry character next to the absolute ball of sunshine. I love that dynamic between the characters where they're total opposites and one just hate, if you think of Parks and Rec, April and Andy, totally love that, huge fan. Sunshine character and then a ball of darkness. But they get along and they bring out the light and the darkness in both sides, and it's so nice. And then kind of in the same vein, I don't see this very often, but an older character, a gruff old man, and then a child who helps him see the good in things, where a child can help an older person. I'm thinking of Simon and Marcy in Adventure Time. I guess he's not gruff, but I just like the older person and then a child who kind of helps them think about their life and all that stuff, and they help each other. I just think that is so cute. Next is the lovable villain, and I'm also gonna throw in redeemed villain here. I love when a villain is evil, but you love him so much, and there are so many things about them and quirks and mannerisms that just make you love that character even though they're the bad guy. And then also with redeemed villain, obviously that's just nice, especially when it's a lovable villain who is then redeemed. And then in an even more specific vein, lesser villains throughout the story who end up helping the good guys defeat the actual villain. And I am actually writing that in my current story in Project Orion. And I love that when like one of the villains who like maybe they have an encounter with earlier in the book ends up like slowly seeing their side and like helping them defeat the bigger villain at the end. Next, found family. I love this. I love when characters get together, especially when they're all different and they come from different backgrounds and they're all doing different things, when they come together for like a common cause or a common goal. And then it's like through their experiences they become a family, and that's another thing that's going on in Project Orion, and I love it so much. It's so nice. Next is when you can't judge a character by their outer appearance, aka a cinnamon roll who is also a badass. The really like stoic, angry dude who turns out to be a big teddy bear. I love when a character is not what they seem like on the outside. I think it's just really fun to read, and also just makes the characters a lot more detailed and in-depth, gives them a better like 3D sort of personality. Next is morally gray characters, which again I am using in Project Orion. I have always loved these sort of characters where they're sort of in the middle, they're not really good or bad, they do a lot of questionable things, but like overall help the general good cause, or vice versa. I have just always loved those like scoundrel rogue types that are like right down the middle and you can't really like put them on either side. I love that. Again, makes a character way more interesting, a lot of fun to read, very entertaining. Next is a healthy forbidden romance. I love forbidden romances, but I do want to stress healthy because I don't like not healthy forbidden romance. I don't like things when it's like an extramarital affair, not a fan of those, but more like when the situation, the external situation is what's keeping them apart, like social standards and things like that, but they still want to be together and it's so nice and it's fun to read and you're rooting for them and I love it. Again, healthy. We do not romanticize abuse or cheating. Don't do those things. Next is when a story has a very good reveal and you find out you've been being misled. Sometimes, you know, like the hero's not the hero or the villain's not the villain. I love when the author reveals something that shows that like this whole time you've been being misled and some like things are not what you thought they were. And then kind of in the same vein, which is my last point, is an unreliable narrator. I think books with unreliable narrators are so interesting to read. They're so exciting, I guess. You never really know what's real, what you can trust, what you can't trust, and I think it's really cool way to like make the story more exciting, and it makes the character more exciting. Just a lot of good suspense and like nice, it keeps you on your toes. Those are all the fiction tropes that I love. I know a lot of these were more fan fiction / romance based, and a lot of these were just me talking about how much I love things. But I'm a very big fan of these tropes and I wanted to share them with y'all. Please comment down below some of your favorite tropes. I would love to know. I might do my least favorite tropes video in the future, who knows. Anyway, so that's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see y'all in my next video.